Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I had a request to do more mushroom toadstool kind of crafts. So here I am, I've got a really good project for you. And I'm starting off with this. I did want a lantern, but I didn't have one, so this is from IKEA, but I do really love it and I haven't got to use it, so this is going to be perfect. Then I have a piece of bark that I got from the park, and I've used this just to make sure, I've cut off pieces just to make sure that it can fit inside my container. So it fits this way. And then we're going to be adding moss and things, so you won't be able to see these areas anyway. But I'm going to start with this piece here, so you can put your lantern to the side. And then what you're going to need is some fairy lights, and these are going to be used as the structure for our mushrooms. So you want to create hoops like this with your fairy lights, and make sure that you have the light there, the head, at the top, and then twist it. So you've got it looking like this. Then you're going to take your hot glue, place a little bit down so that you can glue the fairy light in place, and just hold it for a while so it can set. You can also use this really for Halloween decor if you don't like the really freaky kind of stuff. This is a little bit aesthetic and it works for autumn as well. So again, I'm making sure that the head is there, twisting it, and I'm going to make several different mushroom lengths. So this one's shorter, as you can see. Then again, taking the hot glue and just placing that. And you can space them out however you like. And if you don't have enough, you can use another fairy light, so you can have two. Going to move it now to this area here. Just twisting it again. I know they don't look like much right now, but I promise you, it looks amazing once you're done. So I'm on my final one now, because my fairy lights end. I think this one I'll put right about there. So this is the first stage, and this is how it looks at the moment. Now you want to take your hot glue and go over all of these pieces here. So just dollop it on, just to make sure that all of that wire gets covered. And same here. And to do this, you want your hot glue nice and hot, so it just melts into place. And let's set this aside to dry. Then you want to get some, like a silicone mat or something like that, just to be able to create some circles with your hot glue. So I'm just going to start, and these are going to be the mushroom heads. You can go as big or as small as you like. I'm going to do a few different sizes again. That's one here. We'll do one over here, smaller one. Just counting how many heads I actually need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've just got one more. And this works best when your hot glue is really hot. So while we wait for the heads to set, we can start decorating and just covering all of this hot glue on the bottom. So you're going to need some moss to do that. I generally use this flat type of moss, which I just get free from the park as well. But I'm going to go with some reindeer moss because we've got this type of moss already. And I just kind of want it to look more mythical almost. So again, taking my hot glue, and I'm not going to cover the mushrooms, I'm just going to surround the area where the mushrooms are. You've got different types of moss, but you've also got different colours of moss, so you can get creative, you don't have to stick with the normal green colour. So I'm turning it around just to make sure that I get all of the sides. Have a little bit more hot glue showing there, so I'm going to cover that up as well. Now I really want to go natural for this project, so I'm going to be taking these fern, which I have pressed, and I always make sure to tell you how to do it, which is really simple. You can do this with flowers as well. You just grab whatever you want from the park, your garden, put it in a book, keep it flat inside a book, in the middle of a book, add some weights if you need, and keep it like that for 2 weeks, and this is the result that you'll get. So I'm going to add some of this real fern onto the platform or the base with my hot glue. And then I'll go with a bigger piece, just gently removing that, and we'll add that there. I think I'll go with one final one just at the back because we've got quite a lot of space over here. Again, I have some more dried flowers, and this really falls in with the fall, so I'm happy to use that, and we'll place that here. It's coming along now, isn't it? Let's do another one on this side. I have some beautiful purple pressed flowers that I'm going to add in. I have to be quite delicate with these ones. We're going to be adding the mushroom heads in a moment. So here's the mushroom heads. As you can see, they're all set. And I'm using this little tool just to get underneath. So here's one of them. This process is way easier if you use a silicone mat or something. One last one. There we go. Now let's use the smaller heads for the smaller mushrooms. I think the smallest one I have is this one here, so take your hot glue and stick it on. And then another smaller one. What looks better? I think the smaller one looks better there, so again just stick that on in the center, the larger one here. You can have them at an angle as well, so I'm sticking this one at an angle. And then I have a final one. And this looks really beautiful just as is, but when you turn it on it's really magical. As I was lifting it up I noticed that there's some more wire that's showing. So again, really just take your time, go over it a few times if you need, have a look. You really want to make sure that all the wire is covered. For some weird reason I can't get it back in the container, so I need to chip away at it again. Now I mentioned earlier that I'm going to cover up all of the gaps with some moss, but it really didn't look right. It took away from this focus point. So what I'm going to do instead is add this, which is like soil, but it's actually plant growth substrate. You don't need this, you can use soil, you can use moss, whatever you like, but I just really like the way that it looks, so that's why I'm going to be using it. You can also add like this, which is just pieces, but I shaved off the wood, the bark, so I might even add that, and then I might add pieces like this to decorate as well, all from the same wood bark. And now this is optional, but I'm going to add some butterflies. These are from Zadil. I really love using their products. So they come in packs like this, and they've got sticky foam cushions as well that you can add to stick them on right here. But I have kind of did this to their wings to make them look 3D, and it really does make a difference. I might paint the body as well just so it doesn't look too plastic. But I'm going to add one here with my hot glue on the bottom, and then the bigger one I'm going to add to the back here, and it still matches my colour schemes that I'm going with. That's why I've chose these two. And you can just add these with hot glue or the foam pads that they come with. I'm just taking my Arteza markers to go over them. With this one here, I really like that it's black, but I did go over it with a black Sharpie pen. It does make a difference. Now, how magical does this look? Didn't I tell you it's just so amazing when you turn the lights off? I really love this. I think it's definitely one of my favourites I've ever made. It's just so beautiful. It's definitely got a spot in my heart. This not only makes great decor, but something really beautiful and unique to make and sell or gift to someone. I have to tell you, it's quite addicting making the mushrooms, so you definitely have to give it a go. Honestly, I'm going to be making these mushrooms and just incorporating it into so many other projects. I'm so excited to know what you think of my terrarium, and this is how it looks with the room light on. So it's still beautiful, and then of course you can also display it with the LED fairy lights off, but it just looks so much better with them on. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.